Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the part three of immigration route to Mexico. Today, we'll continue with the third part, which involves visiting Mexico through tourism. So, first, for tourism, of course, we need a passport. Number one is a passport. We need a passport. And then, through the thing, just a point to note, you get 180 days if your visa is accepted. That's like 6 months. But first things first, just so you know how different this process is compared to the student route. That's why for me, I believe that the student route is one of the best routes as long as you have the requirement. So now you after you get your passport, the second thing to do is to go for your visa application. No, now, unlike the student visa, this is not, actually not needed. You don't need your visa application. How do you go for visa application? I learned that even before an appointment is granted for this visa, there's a mini interview by the embassy. Mini interview. Of course, all countries are not very tight. There's a mini interview before they grant you access to apply for your visa. And then this mini interview determines if you even be able to apply or not. It's just a way to avoid waste of money. I think it's a good thing if you ask me. It's just a way to prevent people from wasting application fee when they even know that you do not stand a chance. So this mini interview is just checking if you stand a chance at all. If you do not stand a chance, they won't allow you even apply for the visa application. But now you also need to know that the visa application fee, if you pass, of course, if you pass the mini interview, and then so you have to apply for the visa. Now, what are the supporting documents? First, visa application fee. Application fee is between 50 to 80 USD. Pardon me, 80 USD. This tentatively changes because they review everything annually. They usually review annually. All this I review yearly review, yearly review. Now, after you pay the application fee, you also need, remember that this visa application is not even for student route for the scholars. You don't need it. But now, first thing is the mini interview. When you pass, you go for this mini interview for eligibility check. Eligibility check. Now, when you pass, you go ahead and pay for visa application and apply, and then apply. What are the requirement? One of your supporting documents as at 2025 December is that you have a 3-month statement, bank statement, with at least 23 million naira. In this is naira because I'm in Nigerian, like I earlier mentioned. That is 23 million naira. This account has to belong to you, belonging to the applicant. To the applicant. So now we said what 23 million. 23 million naira. In a case where you want to use a family member account, maybe your uncle, your auntie, this amount could be more. I'm talking from experience. So from my experience, the applicant has had a minimum of to 3 million in the last 3 months. So this cannot be lump sum. That's the mistake that people make. Mistakes not to make, mistakes to avoid. Avoid lump sum, avoid lump sum, avoid lump sum. Avoid it. Don't just put the money into the account like that. No. Build the account. Make sure you build the account. Build account. Things to do. Build account. Make sure the account is active. So this is for tourism. And then as long as you meet this requirement of the 23 million, your bank statement is heavy, is fine. And then you need an evidence that you are coming back to the country. It's important. Evidence of return. In the case where you don't have an evidence of return, that's a red flag. That's like they need to be sure that you don't want to go and hang it in the country and not return. One of the evidences of return, one could be that you have a business, you have a job. You're probably, for instance, if you're a banker, you are taking a leave of 3 months or there about 3 to 2 months, and bring your leave approval. Add it to the document. Include your leave approval to the document that you're taking to the embassy. This will help you a lot. It really help you because they need an evidence of return. The bank statement is not enough to grant you the visa when they do not have substantial information to ascertain that you are going to return. They will not be able to give you back your they will not be able to grant your visa because they have to be sure that you're coming back. So first thing here is the bank statement. The second thing is that even you yourself try to have an evidence of return. Get a home tie, something that ties you back home that they know that, oh, of course, this person cannot go there and not come back. Many people do not know, but your family is your ties. If they realize that you have families back in Nigeria, it's a home tie. You have a job, you have a business, amongst other things. Then after these your evidences of you have the money, there's return, and then many times it's good that, for instance, you have a place that you're going to. Maybe you have a friend, even though you don't have a friend, let's assume that you don't know anybody. Try to book an hotel, reserve an hotel for a month, for 2 weeks, for any amount, reserve an hotel is an evidence that, oh, this person is going for, he just wants to see the country and nothing more. Reserve an hotel, have like a schedule of activities that you want to do with evidences. Now there's an hotel, you already booked a dinner in a restaurant, something like that. And then there are different organizations that help you with hotel bookings and all. Yeah, book an hotel, reserve one, have an itinerary of activities. Have an itinerary of activities where they can help you. These things can help you get your visa approved. But without these things, don't give them reason to question your return. That's the most important thing here is do not give the consular a reason to question your return. The consular must not feel like you don't want to return back to the country. Everything that helps you pointing back that, oh, I'm just going for to relax. That's what you need to be doing. You have an hotel reservation, you have a an evidence of return, you have family tie, you have work, you have business, and then of course you have the money in your account. Then you are going to get an interview with the consul. So first things first is you have your passport, like we earlier mentioned, then your visa application after you pass the mini interview. For people that do not pass the mini interview, they might not be able to go forward to the visa application, but as long as you pass your visa application, then we have evidences supporting your application. After this, we go to the consular appointment and consular interview. For this consular interview, you cannot fidget. You cannot appear very desperate. Don't fidget. Don't appear desperate. Be confident. That's what an interview requires. Be confident. When they ask you a question, for instance, when I went for my interview, they were like, "Oh, why are you going there?" Even as a student, you get to speak with the consular. But the only difference is that as a scholar, no matter how bad you do in your interview with the consular, because the government is one in time inviting you, the consular does not have a say over your visa. They cannot deny you visa because the government of the country already invited you. So the consular is just there to prep you to say, oh, be careful, do not interfere with other people's business. Yes, we know that sometimes some states are bad, but just mind your business, that kind of thing. For instance, during my interview, I was actually going to Renaissance and money fast, and then the consular asked me that, do I know that? Because between 2018 and 2023, there was like a fight, a very tough pandemic in Renaissance. So the consular asked me that, why know that Renaissance is currently not safe? I'm like, I'm going there to study. I don't have business with anybody. So I believe that I'm going to be safe. That's confidence. That's confidence enough. Like that's what they need. They could tell you that why are you going to the country? Don't you get that very dangerous? You can also say that, oh, have listened to a YouTuber that lives in and study in Mexico. She had told us that the violence is not as bad as we hear. We hear, and that's enough. Like it shows that you read about the country, you know about the country. So just be confident. No matter what you do with the consular, you cannot fidget with the consular. You cannot appear desperate. You cannot appear desperate. You cannot fidget. Just be confident. Anything they ask you, oh, Mexico is bad. No, you can tell consular. Even if they're just doing it on purpose. It could tell you Mexico is not a good place. No, you can tell the consular. No, I do not believe that. I have friends in Mexico and they're fine. They've never reported any violence. Just be confident with the consular. And then optimistic that your visa will be granted. When they grant you this visa, they'll give you a 6 month visa. So you have, like, for instance, we're in August and then they give you a visa from August to February. So now, since you have tourism is tourism visa between August and February, you have to leave the country within this period so that you can use it. So that you can use this within this period. Oh, that's the time you have to use
How are you?
visa.
Why not so bad?
They have said not too bad. It says
Huh?
I'm fine.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Now,
Okay,
following
okay. So
your
that's not
travel,
too bad.
you also
That's
get
nice.
into the country.
Where'd you work?
Here?
No, but for example, the Cheryl told me that you.
The moment your visa is granted, you have between first August to February to leave the country. And then there are interesting places to visit. There are interesting places to visit in Mexico. Number one on my list, you should drive over Cancun. Number two, there are really interesting places to visit. Puebla. Oh no, number Puebla is number three. Let's take this out. Number one, let it go. Pardon me. I'm going to check the list. Number one is Cancun. Number two is Osaka. See? Oh my god, that. Number three, Algapic, Morelia. Very nice places. Number four is Puebla.
Ay, las asustaste.
Amongst other places, but you should
No,
not
dime.
miss Cancun. So happy. I wish you well. why you apply for a tourism visa, and I'm certain that you will most likely get it as long as you follow these processes. Remember to be confident with the consular. That's where everything lies. All the best. Thank you for following this episode. And then the last episode is going to be through the childbirth.